What's up, good people of YouTube? It's your boy Nick here with another short, small engine video. Spring is upon us, and it's time to get those mowers back ready and tuned up for the season. So let's check this out. So this is one of my zero-turn mowers, a Hustler Raptor. It hasn't been a bad machine. Had it for probably about 4 years. But when I was finishing up the season last year, I remember I was having some noise coming from the deck, but I didn't have time to mess with it at that time, so I just kind of put it away, put it in the building. But when you get to be my age, you have to leave yourself notes to make sure you remember when you're taking out next season that you need to address some issues that you were having the season prior. So I left myself a little sticker here on the seat that reminded me that I needed to address the one of the pulleys on the deck, and also one of the spindles, with some noise coming from the spindles. So I got it out a couple of days ago and pulled the deck off of it, and you can see that I replaced one of the spindles that was bad. This one here I replaced last year, but I said, you know what, if those two are bad, the third one's gonna need replacing too. So I just ordered it, and it came in today. So I'll be replacing that one and the pulley that needed replacing, but it was something I wanted to show you guys. So this is the top side view of the deck, and you can see there's a new pulley I put on. I'm sorry, the new spindle there, and this is the rear pulley that I replaced. This is the new one. But originally I thought that the noise was coming from the spindle there for the blades, but it turns out when I got this thing out this year and removed this pulley, check out what this pulley was doing to the deck here. It actually got so worn out that it gouged the top of the deck there. So this is why, and you know, I'm in the repair business, but you know, I also mow lawns, but I guess us guys that on the repair side, we're the worst of, you know, with taking care of our own equipment, or having time to, rather, taking care of our own equipment. And you know, we're using it every day, and this is some of the things that happen. See, that's what you get, Nick. So this is the old one that I pulled off here, and you can see that bearing was so worn out. You can hear it, that it was wobbling, you know, as it was turning and gouging the deck like that. So yeah, it is what it is. That's what happens sometimes. Great. Same with this spindle here. You can see here the shaft in it. Look how much play it is on it. So you can imagine your blades and pulley just bouncing around like that, and it's just worn and just a lot of slop in it. So yeah, again, got to make sure you check your stuff, because they will wear down, and before you know it, you got some bad issues going on. This is the replacement pulley that'll be going on. You see the difference. So you can't even move that shaft there. It's nice and tight. So that's how it's supposed to be. Like I said earlier, this is the Hustler Raptor. It is not commercial, but in my opinion, I know there's Hustler fans out there and they make good commercial machines, but on these Raptors, they did not get this deck system right. I mean, it is not durable. The deck itself is durable, but the lifting mechanism on these things are just garbage. And they just did not get the leveling system and lifting system right on these machines. So, but you gotta work with what you got. So my plan is to get this thing back together, slide the deck back under it, and fire it up and see how she sounds. I also got 3 new blades, so I'm gonna flip the deck over and get those installed. Got the new set of blades, 3 blades for the 52-inch Hustler. And if you're ever wondering if you're putting the blade upside down or right side up, the easiest way to remember is these wings here are always pointing up. So in other words, if you place them down on the deck and you're looking through the grass chute where the grass comes out, these wings should be pointing up towards the top side of the deck. So that's the rule of thumb, wings up, and they should be pointing up towards the top of the deck there. For these bolts here that are holding on the blade, we'll be using some anti-seize on these. I've never had a problem, but when you get in a situation where you're cutting wet grass and there's a lot of moisture up under the deck from wet grass sitting, this area draws a lot of moisture. So I'm gonna put some anti-seize to make sure these bolts will be good to go. I'll be able to get them back out with no problem. All right, we got that all good to go. All I gotta do is put the belt on and slide it back underneath. And if you ever forget which way your belt routing is, most of the time you can find a little diagram there, somewhere on the deck or under the hood, that shows you the direction of how the belt goes. Yeah, like I said, not a fan of these deck adjustments and these leveling systems on these Raptors, but belt's back on, everything's put back together. Let's give her a drink and see what happens. Man, that's 100% better than it was at the end of last season. Boy, it's a lot more quieter, more smoother. I tell you, at the end of last season, I had to wear earplugs because that deck was making so much noise, which probably should be wearing earplugs anyway. But, you know, I want to call that a fix. And the small engine stuff is always fun when it works. So y'all please hit that like, and your boy Nick, see you in the next one. Out.